Serie A predictions after the international break for match week number 8, beginning with Inter against AS Roma. I do like Inter to have 5 wins and 2 draws. It is Inter Milan that's Gematria 52. Roma are in very bad form right now. I do like Inter going for their 21st Scudetto to remain at 2 draws and a loss before facing off against Juventus in their next league match. I meant to go back to the standings. For AS Roma, they're going to fall to 2-2. AS Roma is Gematria 22, so that's 2 wins, that's 2 losses. Roma, in their current form, are not beating Inter. Juventus against Lazio. Juventus are going to win if they score first. Juventus, they are going to have 16 points. Lazio, it's going to be 1 draw and 3 losses after losing to Juve. Juve's Gematria 13, so it's 1 draw and 3 losses for Lazio to remain at 13 points. Lazio should concede 2 goals, 12 and 13. Juve is Gematria 13. Juventus enter the match against Inter with 4 wins and 4 draws against the champions of Italia. Campioni is Gematria 44. Juventus will defeat Lazio. Will Napoli continue their winning ways with Antonio Conte? Napoli has 16 points right now. They could enter the Milan match with 22 points if they win their next 2 matches. 3 points for each of the next 2 matches. Milan's Gematria 22. Empoli and Lecce. Yeah, it's true. Napoli, Monza, Como, Cagliari. Parma's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But for Napoli, they probably will continue to win before their tough stretch of matches when they face off against Milan, Atalanta, Inter, Roma, and Torino have had a pretty quick start to the year. And Lazio is a very tough match. So Napoli have Murderer's Row coming up right after facing off against Empoli and Lecce. I think if they can't beat Empoli or Lecce, that Napoli are just not strong enough to sustain a title push. What I do like about Empoli is that, well, they could win their following match. They could have 3 wins and 4 draws. Empoli's Gematria 34, but what if they lose against Napoli and win their next match? So they could easily beat Parma after losing against Napoli. I don't know. Empoli are pretty good. Look at this record. 6 goals and 4 allowed. So it's not going to be easy to score against them. I just probably have to go with Napoli for the time being. Lecce's Gematria 19. So for Napoli, they will probably enter the Lecce match with 19 points. So they will continue to go. They'll continue to win matches. 14 goals and 5 allowed is scripted too. Antonio Conte's Gematria 145. They've scored 14 goals and allowed 5 goals. Bottom line, Juventus and Inter keep up with Napoli. And Napoli are going to start dropping points. In Lazio, they're not a better team than Juventus. 4 wins and 3 losses. Juventus have to be above Lazio. The old ladies, Gematria 43. What about Milan in 6th place? Milan against Udinese. Milan's loss against Fiorentina was completely synced up. 3 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. 3 wins, 2 losses. 3 wins, 2 draws. Udinese's Gematria 32. So that sequence worked out perfectly. Udinese, if they were to draw against Milan, 2 draws, 2 losses. Milan's Gematria 22. Anything with Bologna. Bologna and Cagliari are the next 2 teams to face for Milan and Udinese. You just type in Cagliari. Yeah, both have very similar defensive records. You never know with Milan nowadays. They're very mediocre. This match could end the draw, but Milan definitely need the win. Could Milan get with a victory? I think Milan get back into the top 4. So that is, if Juventus defeat Lazio, a Milan win over Udinese means that Milan are back in the top 4. I'll give the edge to Milan. I think they're at home that week, so I'll go Milan in that one. Inter to win at Roma, and Juventus to defeat Lazio at home, and Napoli to continue their winning ways.